If you want to know one of the biggest mistakes people make that can cause their own unintentional delay with getting their manifestations, then you're going to want to stay tuned. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another rousing episode of Spill the Tea Tuesday. My name is Flossie. I consider myself to be the funniest, wittiest mindset coach, as well as your OG Hype You Up Rampage Queen here on YouTube. If you want one-on-one coaching with me, links will be in the description box below, as well as link for my latest bootcamp, which I'm calling Make 2025 Your Bitch. Why? Because you're going to get all your shit in 2025. The live Q&A is on January 3rd, so you are going to want to join so that you can do the worksheets and review all the course material prior to the live where you can ask your questions. Anywho, you know that I love my calendar, so first we are going to do that. This says, who the hell is actually working today anyways? Me, and as the Offer Empower My Reality, I can work on any day that I want. This says, do it all again next fucking year. Only if you're in victim mentality mode, because as the Opera Empowers of your reality, you can manifest anything that you want. This says another fucking new year. I'm pretty happy it's another fucking new year. Why? Because I'm making this year my bitch, just like I said a few minutes ago. This said, where's all this fucking glitter from? How about the people that are just living their best life and living it up? I would say I like glitter, actually. And this one says, fresh bullshit served daily. Someone is apparently in a victim mentality state, because that's not happening in my reality, because here I'm making shit happen. Make shit happen. Facts. And I know that you guys love my calendar. This is what it looks like. I get it on Amazon. And so there you go. You can find it over there. Anyway, having said that, so recently I did see a comment, I thought, here on the YouTube about manifesting a toxic SP, which I do actually talk again about at the end of the video. But if you wrote a comment about manifesting a toxic SP and should you, and what about when you work on yourself, and what if you don't want to manifest that person, and how to do it if the relationship's unhealthy, you had all these questions about manifesting a person where the relationship was not healthy for you, and what some thoughts should be on that. And I wanted to have a discussion with that and talk about different things that you could do depending on where you are. So if that was you, re-drop that comment, because I can't find it. I don't know if you deleted it. So back to the video, yo. So I wanted to make this video to help you start your new year on the right foot. And one of the things I want to talk to you guys about is one of the biggest mistakes that I see clients and subscribers making as far as being on their manifestation journey, where they are manifesting whatever it is that they want. And what I hear most often that I have to correct people on, that I see it frequently, constantly, is that their affirmations do not imply that they have what they want. A lot of people's affirmations don't imply that they have what they want. So I want you to review your affirmations and make sure that it implies that you literally have what you want. And I'm going to go over very briefly some of the most common mistakes that I see with that. So when manifesting an SP, I'm not a big fan of SP's ready. SP's ready to what? I can be ready to make dinner all day long. That doesn't mean the dinner's getting fucking made, does it? No, hell no. I could be ready. I could have all the ingredients out. That doesn't mean shit. I'm ready. That doesn't mean I'm taking any action. Or SP wants. SP wants what? Who cares what SP wants, number one? But number two, I could want to make dinner all day long. Doesn't mean I'm getting off my fat tuchus to go make it, right? Right. Because I can want to do something. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it. Doesn't mean I'm going to bother. Doesn't imply that they're actually doing what you want. So SP wants to be with me. SP wants to be in a relationship. That's fabulous. SP's ready to commit. Okay. Or SP's thinking of approaching me. SP's thinking about doing XYZ. Okay. I think about cooking dinner all day. Not really, but you get in the point. I could think about doing dinner. I could want to cook dinner. I could be ready to cook dinner. Doesn't mean I'm getting up and cooking the dinner. Just like SP could be ready to commit. They could want to commit. They could be thinking about committing. Doesn't mean they're committing to you. So does that affirmation imply that you have what you want? Does that affirmation, any affirmation with SP wants, is ready to, or thinking about, does that mean that you are with your specific person, or that they're calling you, taking you on dates or anything? No, it does not. No. 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 Would you tell a coworker or want a coworker to be like, you know, if they're supposed to do something, have them be, well, I was thinking about it. I was ready to do it. I wanted to do it, but did you fucking do it? No. So there's point number one. If you're affirming for anything and that affirmation is about that person being ready, wanting to do it, or thinking about it, to me, that literally means zip, zero, nada. Doesn't mean shit, because you can want to do it, not do it. So I'm not going to beat that horse anymore, but I think you get the point. Some of the other things I think I see people doing is, you know, it may not be an actual affirmation, but they're having an inner conversation and trying to make an excuse for why they don't have something about SP. And they'll be like, well, SP doesn't know what to say. SP doesn't know what to do. So you want to create the assumption and manifest a version of your specific person that doesn't know what to say or doesn't know what to do, and that's why they're not approaching you? No. That type of thinking, again, can cause your own unintentional delay, because it doesn't imply to you that you have what you want. You're making excuses for something, and those excuses don't work. If you need to make an excuse as to why you haven't heard from SP all day, have it be more like, SP's just a little busy at work and they're going to reach out as soon as they can. Or SP's been blowing up my phone all day. Be a little delulu, because that's part of what affirming is anyway, right? When you're saying an affirmation and you're affirming that you have something that you don't have yet, you're doing the mental conditioning, that's what I like to call it, mental conditioning that we do in order to change our mindset so our 3D reality can conform. Well, you can do the same mental conditioning about, you know, why either SP's calling you or not calling you, or you can just be like, I'm delusional, you know, SP's calling me. You don't have to literally think about yourself being delusional, but I think you get the point. There's nothing wrong with being like, SP's been blowing up my phone all day, because that's how you want it to be. That's thinking as if you have what you want. So moving forward, as far as money goes, I am not a big fan of any affirmations that typically include, unless you're literally affirming to get money from a job, which I'm still not a big fan. I don't like earning, making, or paid. Why? Because all those words imply effort. What does to make literally mean? If you are, you know, to make, to do, that is doing something. That involves effort. For me, I like money to come from all sources. I like money to come from me from everywhere. I like my business to be booming, skyrocketing, but I still like money to be falling into my lap. And one of the affirmations I do is I don't have to lift a finger and I get tons of money. Why? Because I want to get the most amount of money with the least amount of effort. And a lot of people, when they're affirming, they'll be like, you know, I'm earning, you know, $1,000 a day. I'm getting paid $1,000 a day. Well, what are you doing to get paid $1,000 a day? Because then you're kind of like, well, what do I have to do to get paid that kind of money? So I'm just not the biggest fan of it personally. When it comes to money, I just like to think of myself as already having it, that it's just coming to me and that I'm doing it effortlessly. And so I use the words getting or receiving money. I'm always getting thousands of dollars a day. I'm always receiving thousands of dollars a day. There's always over $1 million in my bank account. You know, money's falling into my lap. Money's coming to me from all directions. Whatever that it is, I like to just affirm for it. I mean, you can say, you know, I'm getting tons of money doing what I love, or, you know, if you are doing it with a job and that's your primary or one of the main ways that you want to get money, you can affirm, you know, I get paid tons of money doing what I love, if that's something that's meaningful to you. But in general, on the whole, when people are affirming for money and they want large sums of money, and a lot of times they're thinking that this is going to come from, you know, many sources, or, you know, like potentially like a lottery win, or it's going to just show up in their bank account, I try to discourage using the words like earning, making, or paid, especially for those type of people. So you need to be, excuse my cat, he's obviously trying to interrupt the video. But if you're somebody who like really wants to get a lot of money and not necessarily have it come from working, you want it to just come from all these multiple sources, it's coming out of thin air, it's coming out of the blue, then I try not to use as much the terms earn, make, or paid, because that to most people implies that you have to put out like some sort of effort, and to many people a significant amount of effort, in order to receive those funds or in order to get paid that type of money. So make sure when you're looking at, you know, what do I really want? Be clear on what you want, and then have affirmations that would reflect that. So I'm not saying you can't ever use those terms, because there's sometimes people will be like, you know, I get paid to sleep, or I even earn money when I'm sleeping. You know, if they're having a business and they're having some sort of business that, or money earning a venture where, you know, maybe they're investing and so they're thinking that their stocks are rising overnight. It's what it implies to you. But for me personally, I say getting and receiving a lot of times for money. If you're getting a job, I wouldn't bother with affirmations like, you know, employers consider me. Or anything that does not literally imply that you already have the job that you want. So if you're applying for jobs and you want a certain type of job, make sure that you are affirming affirmations that would imply to you that you actually have that type of job that you want. You know, my clients will read affirmations to me that they use, and it's like, this affirmation doesn't imply that you've actually been hired or that you actually have the job. The affirmation doesn't imply that they're actually doing what they want to do or that they would be doing something that they enjoy. You don't necessarily have to absolutely know without a doubt what you want. Sometimes it is, you know, I work for an amazing company doing what I love. That literally could be it. Or if you're manifesting a new business opportunities are always coming to me, or the perfect business opportunity has found me, or I found the perfect business opportunity and I'm getting tons of money doing things I enjoy or love or whatever. You don't necessarily need to know like, well, I'm going to be an accountant or a real estate agent, or I'm going to, you know, have a salon or a restaurant. You don't necessarily need to know all those details. If you're thinking of it as, you know, the perfect opportunity is coming to me, the perfect opportunity has fallen into my lap, I've received the perfect opportunity. I like to affirm things more as if they've already happened or they're happening now. So, you know, that you've already gotten it or received it actually versus like coming to me, like the perfect opportunity came to me. I think I probably would use that more. Having said that, review the affirmations that you're currently using and think of, does this imply that I literally already have what I want, that SP is doing what I want, that we're in the relationship? You know, you can use as inner conversations, that SP wants to be with me for the rest of his life, while you're also affirming that you're in a relationship. But think of the affirmation that you're actually doing along with it. Are you just implying that, like, you know, I would not personally just affirm SP wants unless it's caveated literally with something else that would mean that I already have what I want. So for example, I'll have clients that are affirming for, you know, the relationship, and then they'll be like, you know, SP's so excited to get married to me. So, you know, they're thinking about like, you know, SP loves being my partner, or SP loves being my fiance. He's so excited to get married to me, or she. But you're already implying that you're in a relationship. You already have affirmations that are implying you're in a relationship. So make sure that you have some sort of anchor affirmation that already implies that you have at least a beginning step or so of what you want before you use other type of affirmations that wouldn't imply that you have that yet, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to confuse anybody, but I want you to like really look at your affirmations and not focus on the things that you don't want. I don't recommend overall like affirming for the third party unless it's someone who's a constant thorn and you're now looking at it as they're happy with their new life somewhere else. Or, you know, if it's an ex and there's children, SP, and, you know, the ex or the mother of the children have an amazing platonic co-parenting relationship, or, you know, SP and his baby's mama don't have any drama. Their relationship is, you know, healthy and platonic or something to that effect. But other than that, don't focus on, you know, third parties. Think of it as those people are already gone. Why? Because if you had what you wanted, you wouldn't necessarily be thinking about them in your current 3D reality. I may need to link my video Thinking As If, because that reminds you how to think as if you have what you want if your current 3D reality is showing you something different. But typically, I feel like 9 times out of 10, when I hear people's affirmations, I am frequently saying, does that affirmation actually imply that you have what you want? Because you're really focusing on this person wants to do this, or they're considering doing this, or they're ready to do this, or thinking about doing this, like they're thinking about hiring me. Does that mean they've hired you? No. They're considering me? No. Now, if you want to affirm that you always give the best interviews, you're always, you know, and you know, you're always made the best offer with the most fabulous compensation package that's ever existed right after the interview because you're the most amazing candidate that they've ever seen. You know, those type of things are fine, but they're offering you a compensation package. They are, you know, giving you the offer letter. or, you know, you are doing the onboarding process, or you've already started, or you're so happy that you've landed the most amazing job that they immediately offered you a position because they thought you were the best candidate ever. You know, so there's different things that you can affirm that are part of changing your mindset, because some people feel like they interview terribly, or some people feel like they never get a good impression. And so they could use those type of things as part of their self-concept. I always give the best first impressions. You know, I've always given the best interviews. Hiring departments see me as the most glorious candidate they've ever had. You know, you can have those type of things just in general to form some really great assumptions about how you're seen by others, or seen by certain types of specific people in your life, like, you know, HR department, hiring people, bosses, things like that. But I don't overall recommend affirmations that don't literally already imply that you have what you want. And a lot of what people come to me with do not. So look at your affirmations. Are you spending a lot of time affirming things that literally don't imply that you have what you want, or are 50 steps behind? Don't affirm SP single. Don't affirm, well, SP finally dumped the third party and he's single and now he's thinking about coming to me. No. Why would you want to affirm any of that? I wouldn't want to constantly reaffirm that an SP was single, would you? I mean, you want them to be with you. Don't micromanage your manifestations. Don't unintentionally cause a delay by trying to micromanage something when your SP could wake up tomorrow or even today after a nap and be like, I want to be with this person by third party, and come and show up at your door. Or, you know, that employer that you interviewed with 2 weeks ago that you're starting to think, well, they're considering me. They might call me. Maybe they'll call me today, or they're going to call me tomorrow. No, they've already called me. They've already offered me the job already. In fact, I'm fixing to start. So you've got to think as though you already have what you want. No, not I'm going to get the money eventually. No, not that, you know, I'm having to earn tons of money, or I'm having to wait to get paid tons of money. No, I've got money coming to me from all directions. Opportunities are always falling in my lap. I've got the best opportunities. Clients are always referring me. They're always hiring me. I close every single deal. So you want to have affirmations that already imply to you that these things are happening. They're happening now, or they've already happened, period. Like, you've already got it. You've already got the money. You've already got the clients. Everyone's closing. You've already got the house. Now I'm going to find my house. No, I got the house. Now I'm going to, you know, eventually get the car. No, I've already got the car. I got the car with the best deal. Do you see what I'm saying? Can you think of some of the affirmations that you're using and be like, yeah, I need to put some of this shit straight in this trash can, straight in this bitch where it belongs, because I'm not affirming things that imply to me that my life is glorious and that I have what I want. So, by the way, and I may need to pop this earlier in the video too, if you were the person who made a comment somewhere and I thought it was on the YouTube and I scoured for it and I couldn't find it, and maybe you accidentally deleted it, I thought I read somewhere very recently that someone wanted me to make a video on dealing with manifesting a toxic SP, and should they manifest a toxic SP, and what if they start working for themselves and maybe aren't sure if they want that person anymore? Is it still okay to want them while the person like isn't treating them well in the 3D? But I actually wanted to read their amazing comment that they wrote, because I really wanted to talk about, you know, should you or should you not manifest a person that you've had an unhealthy relationship with, and what that could look like and what you could choose to do, because I also see that frequently. And I think that there's like a lot of confusion about what you can manifest, whether you can manifest it or not, whether you should or not, and you know, what you overall think about it. And I just wanted to have a discussion about that, because I don't think a lot of people really talk about that. And I think it would be a good video to have. So if that was you, you can always DM me directly. You can always send me an email or drop the video comment again, because that's something I'd like to talk about. So anyway, drop your comments, questions, or concerns below, because I do try to check them out. And as usual, I'll talk to you later. Bye.